Welcome everyone, it's Rick, it's Sunday, Easter Sunday. I'm going to do a landscape on a black canvas, as you can see here. Welcome. I don't know if my little intro got on in there with my guitar, but I'll play you another lick here. All right, there you go. Well, I'm going to be doing fluorescent colors today. Let me show you what I'm using here. Get this set up for you. So, yesterday I did a landscape using these fluorescent colors. Okay. Now you would expect the landscape to come out looking like a cartoon, but it doesn't. It just looks brighter. That's all. Let me show you an example. It depends on what level artist you are. Like I did a picture of the Last Supper a long time ago using the fluorescent colors. But see how the colors are all one tone? This is what you would expect the painting to look like, right? But it won't, because I'm going to show you step by step how I do it. Here's all the colors. Oh, I just got black all over my finger. Oh well. I'm using the Artist Loft Black. It's really strong. It's just their number 2, but it's a really strong black, so you don't have to use much of it. So I'm still using black and white. Now what I like to do, I got fluorescent yellow, pink, green, and blue, okay? They don't make a burnt umber color, so I'll have to mix that. I'll show you how I do it, but to get started, if you want to do this, just take a little white, and mix it in to each color right now. Just a little white. You don't want to use that fluorescent color right out of the tube. It won't spread right on the canvas, okay? You got to put at least 5% white in here. Now make sure you wipe your knife off. Let's do the next color. We'll put a little white in the pink, okay? It's just going to help the paint flow better on the canvas. You got to do that to each color. So I didn't want to do it beforehand because I wanted you to see how it's done. So we'll take a little blue here for the sky. I'm going to leave a little natural blue there if I have to darken something up. I don't even know if I'm going to use blue in the sky, but I'll lighten up some of it for a light blue for the sky. That way, if I want to make purple, what I would do is I'll make a little purple right now. You take a little of this blue that you put the white in, and a little bit of the pink, and just kind of mix them together, and you'll get a fluorescent purple. See that? Which maybe I'll use it now that I made it. So now wipe your brush off. Well, you don't have to now because I'm going to put black in the fluorescent green. Just a little black. I'm talking just a little, okay? Because the black is really strong. It's going to darken up that green, and I'm going to use it for trees, okay? I'll use it for the trees, evergreen trees. It's still fluorescent green. I just darkened it up, that's all. And there, that's how you get your dark green. Now this green here, I'm going to put yellow in it because I want to have like light grass. I'm going to split that in half. I'll do one with, let's put a little yellow in there and lighten up that green. And then we'll put a little bit of white in this one. That way we'll have two different tones of green. Okay. We'll use this green here for highlighting. But once you get to this point, if you end up doing this, you got all your colors mixed. We'll mix them on the canvas as we go. Now for the mountains, we need a brown color. So how do you make brown? Red and green. So I'm going to take some of the dark green here, put it up here, grab a little bit of your pink, and let's start mixing that so we get a brown color. That's good enough. I'll use that for the mountains instead of gray. So I made my own fluorescent burnt umber there. All right, so the palette's ready. I'm doing it that way so you can see it, how it's done. Usually an artist will mix as they go, but I wanted to mix those all for you so you can see how I do it. All right, let me get started here. We could use white. I'm going to use white for my layout. I'm getting paint all over today. That's in close enough. Oh, I just saw something go across the screen there. I don't know what that was. Looked like a light. Well, happy Easter, by the way. I'm going to use white to sketch some mountaintops in here with a knife, okay? Let's just do a main mountain peak right in the middle today. Like a big mountain there. And we'll throw a few peaks off to the side here. Just like that. Very good. I'll leave this open for some tall trees in this area here. So let's, I'm going to design a hill coming from back here. Maybe I'll run we'll see. Then I'll have something coming from this way. These are all just hills. I might just make this some kind of like a valley in here. I don't know. That's all I want. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to do the sky first. I really wanted to do a pink and yellow sky today. Pink and yellow. So I'll do yellow like around the mountains. So let's just start with the pink. I might throw some of that purple and blue at the top, but let's just grab some pink on a filbert brush. This is a number 12 acrylic brush. And I'm going to fill in the sky with pink, fluorescent pink. You don't have to bring it all the way to the edge. I'll probably put some white clouds coming in from the side. Let's rinse the brush off and get some yellow now. Get some yellow, fluorescent yellow, and blend a little bit into that pink so we'll get maybe an orange color up in there. And then start bringing the yellow down to the mountains. Just get a thin layer on for now. I might have to go over this again to make the color a little brighter. It's funny how this yellow, it dried. You know when you mix, what happens when you mix yellow and black? You get a green. So that black canvas is coming through and making this yellow look almost greenish. Do you see that? You'll see after a little while this might turn like a green color. Maybe it's soaking into the black gesso. But there's our sky. That looks pretty good. Now I'm going to rinse my brush off and dry it. And I'm going to try and blend the two a little more in here where they come together. Maybe get an orange, some kind of orange to pop up. It doesn't look like it's doing it too well. Just get a smooth blend on it to get your brush strokes out of there. I think that looks pretty good. Today I want to leave some of the dark, color showing through. Now on these little spots up here, just grab a little titanium white and fill in these edges with white. Just like that, and pull it in just a little bit into the picture and blend it down a little bit. Just like that. Don't bring any white into the middle yet. We got to let this dry a bit. Just on the edges here, titanium white. It's going to help look like clouds in the end. It'll look like cloud burst up there on the side. You can pull it in just a little if you want to frame the center here. Just like that. Blend it in. Okay, I like that. Wow, that looks really cool. I'm going to keep going down now. If you're just joining in, I'm using fluorescent colors, which is pretty crazy for a traditional landscape. All fluorescent colors. Now I'm gonna do my mountains with that brown color I made, green and pink, and I'm just gonna fill in my peaks real quick with this. It's almost like a purplish brown color. It's hard to explain. You probably can't see it on the camera, but it does. It looks brown, but it also looks a little like purple in it. Okay, it's probably because I used pink to mix it with green. If you're just joining in, you might have to go back, and I showed exactly how I mixed all the colors. So, and if you end up wanting to do this painting, you could go back and watch the beginning. Because I did one of these last night on a black canvas, and it came out pretty good. These fluorescent colors. Now down here, we're going to use blue, light blue. I didn't even rinse my brush off. I still have that brown up on it. Just grab a little blue now, light blue, and pick it up at the bottom of the mountain here and start dragging that blue down into the valley here. Okay, a light blue. Kind of mix it up into the mountains a little bit, into the bottom of the mountains, and lightly blend this in. Let's bring that blue all the way down here. I'm going to wet my brush just a little with water. And I'm going to bring some blue down here. I don't know if I necessarily want this to be water, but I'm just continuing the blue from the mountain down in this area. There we go. I'm basically getting my my first layer of paint down, and then I'll start designing it from there. So over here and here, I have a couple hills here. On the side of this here, I'm going to use I'll use my light green right here, okay? Which is the green I put the white in. I mixed a little white in my fluorescent green. I'm just going to block this in with that color. You can let some of the black shine through if you want, but just fill this section in with green. This side I'll use the green, I use yellow in it. I put yellow in it instead of white. That way we get a different green on this side. Just block it in. Obviously these are going to be some kind of green hills back here. For right here, I'm going to use the mountain color down here in this corner. Let me do that first, which is the brownish color right down here in the front. Just fill it in. And then down here, let's use yellow. Believe it or not, I've got yellow up here, but it looks like it's turning green. So maybe this will turn green too. So let's just put a little yellow down here. Seems like when you put yellow on black, it turns green for some reason. The black underneath gets into the paint and it starts taking on a greenish look. But this is my first layer of paint, so I'm just kind of putting it on lightly, just to get some color down. There we go. All right. Underpaint is done. That looks pretty wicked, man. Man, I really like that look. Let me zoom it in for you. Man, it looks like there's a lot of mist already around the bottom of the mountain. The pink sky doesn't look really pink, but you see the clouds up in here? This looks really cool. The white with the little hint of pink in it. This I gotta fix. This doesn't look good here or here. But I think once I put my white clouds up there, it'll fix that up. Everything else looks good. Because I'm going to have trees back here and here. We'll have trees around the water. Bushes down here. A lot of this will get covered up with bushes and stuff. I'll have snow on my mountains. I think I should try and fix that pink up a little. Let's clean your brush off. If you're going to do this, get a clean brush. I'm going to grab some straight, the pink and white, and just try and hit it again up here, just to brighten up that pink. Get rid of that black look underneath. There we go. That looks good. I'm going to have to re-hit the yellow again. You see how it's turning green? That's weird. It must be soaking into the black gesso. It's got to be, because this is straight yellow. This is yellow, fluorescent yellow paint. Weirdest thing. That's all right. I'll just hit it again until I get a nice yellow sunrise or sunset. Probably a sunrise. All right, there we go. Look, it's some orange up in there. You see that? That looks good. All right, much better. All right, I like that sky now. I'm going to start by putting some snow on the mountains. What did I use yesterday? I put a little pink in the white. I put a little pink in the white for the snow. So today I'll do a little of the purple I made. I mixed a little light blue and light pink and got this purple. So I'm going to take a little of that and just add some white to it. Just like that. I still want it to be white, but I want it to also have some fluorescent color in it. All right, let's put some snow up here. I'll do it on the right side of the mountains. drawing all the snow down this way to the right. There we go. Now I'm going to take this color and mix a little black in it to darken it up for this side. Just a little black, because that black I'm using, it's pretty strong. It's going to be like just a grayish color, just for the shady part of the mountain here. I'm working fast. Today's it's the first day I've got nothing to do in a long time. I had no responsibilities today. I just had to get up, and I was able to go get some coffee. I was able to make breakfast. I didn't have to do any work. I didn't have to call anybody. Wow, it's been a long time since that's happened. You know, the way life is, there's always something going on, right? You got to have one of those days where you can just relax. And today is one of those days. I don't consider this work. This is my relax time here. Just a quick tip, I'm just putting this darker color right next to every light color up there. If you see little spots in here, you can fill it in with this darker color if you want. If you want to do a lot of detail work on your mountain. Just like that. Now, what I like to do on this bottom part, there's going to be like I call it a hard line. Rinse your brush off with water, then kind of dry it a little bit and pull the bottom part of this mountain down with a brush, a wet brush. Just pull the bottom part down and then lightly blend it. Blend this lower part of the mountain. You could even come up just a little into these lighter colors and blend it down just to soften the mountain up a little bit. Okay, leave the middle call that high definition in the middle there. Little blend here, it softens it up. Let's put a little more blue down there, light blue. I want it to look like mist down in here. It's kind of like soaking in. There we go. There's the mountains. Wow. Look at the pink and the, that was purple I mixed with the white. Look at that. The thing about fluorescent colors, they get brighter as they dry. When you first put it on, it doesn't look as bright, but now when it starts drying, it'll get brighter and brighter as the painting goes along. Wow, that looks really good. I'm not really happy with the yellow. It's on the black canvas because it's turning green. And I don't really want a green sky, but it is what it is. I'll probably let this dry a lot more, and then I'll hit it again with yellow. Then it should remain yellow after that, I hope. It's just soaking in. Look, I put yellow down here, and it's all green now. It's all green grass. Man, I can't believe how cool that looks. I'm not sure what I want this to be in here, all this. I mean, it looks like I could make it a huge river, but I'm not sure what I want that to be yet. This is looking pretty good for fluorescent. Cool. I'm just looking at this to see what I want to do next. You know what I think I'm going to do? Let's try a little white around the mountain tops. Let's use, I'm going to use a number 2 fan brush. This is an oil fan brush. It's clean and I just dried it off. And I'm going to try and put some, just some white clouds just around the mountain here real quick. Just a few. All right, I think that'll look good. I think it'll look good. Because it's really getting green looking down here. I'm gonna have to hit it with yellow again when it dries. Wow, that's gonna look cool when I put the clouds up in here. All right, let me put a few trees in here with the dark green. I mixed black in my, remember I mixed some black in my fluorescent green and got this dark color. I'm going to put some distant trees back here. On this hill. I'm not sure what I want this to be in here yet. So I'm just going to line some trees back up in here for now. Just far away trees. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-da-da-ba. Put a few bushes down here. I think I'll just, maybe this will end up being water down here. I think. Like a big lake. Yeah, big lake back here, coming down into a river. So what I'll have to do, I think I'll have to line this back here with like distant trees on the back here. Just all the way across. I'll take titanium white across there. So now I got some kind of lake in here. Yep, there we go. Wow, that mountain looks really far away. I made those trees really, really small back there. It's like a hint of trees way in the back. This is really coming out pretty good for fluorescent colors. I gotta fix all this up here. Maybe I'll do the clouds next. Let's do the clouds. Everything is soaking in. You see how my white soaked in here? It's not as white as it was. So I'm gonna re-hit my clouds on the sides here. Get some bright white clouds going. All right, I'm going to do some cool clouds in white. And what I'll do is end up, if I need to add color to them, I will. I took some time lapse. I went to get coffee this morning. I took some time lapse pictures of the clouds here in Seattle. How they just, all of a sudden, they just kind of appear over the Puget Sound. Like, it's pretty amazing. It starts out as a little white cloud, and man, it turns into a cloud burst in just a matter of like 5 minutes. All right, these aren't the best clouds, but they're easy to make. I could get the sky filled up pretty quick with these type of clouds. Let's see. There we go. Very good. So far I like everything except for the green sky. I should have remembered that from yesterday, because my sky did turn green after I put the yellow in there. And I just forgot about it. Jose! Buenos dias. Let me try a little yellow now and see what happens. You can see my yellow, it's pure yellow. It's fluorescent yellow, but it's turning green up here for some reason. I need a bigger brush. That brush is all dirty. I might have to use a regular. I guess I can just leave it green. It is a fluorescent landscape, so. I'll put some big trees in here real quick. What I'm going to do, I showed you how I put the black in my green. I'm going to add a little more black because I want these big trees to be a little darker. So just take a little bit, man, because this it doesn't take much to make it darker. And I'm going to make this green a little darker for the trees that are closer to the viewer's eye. These ones back here are a little lighter. All right, so I'm going to do some bigger trees now that are darker. I'm going to use the number 2 fan brush again. This seems to be my favorite brush. It's an oil fan brush, but it's perfect for making tall trees and bushes. Just load up your brush. Let me put some bushes. Maybe I'll put them down here. I'll put the big trees over here. These will be more or less just these will be like medium size evergreen trees here, okay? Getting paint all over my fingers. Make sure you keep your your brush is clean. Look at that. You get paint all over the place. I'm a kind of a messy painter. So let's put a tall tree right here. You see how it's darker? See how the paint is darker so it goes over these trees back here now? The bushes are darker. That way when you do this big tree, it'll go over the top of your colors in the back, okay? Now you can make any kind of tree you want here. The reason why I do these trees, because I mean I live in Seattle and I got 20 of these trees in my backyard. I don't know if you could see my backyard, but these trees are everywhere. Not only that, it's the easiest tree to learn how to make if you're a beginner, okay? You just put your trunk in, use the corner of the brush and just touch on your trunk and just get wider at the bottom. Okay, they're really easy to make. I'm gonna make. I'll highlight these a little bit, which means I'm gonna put color on the right side so it looks like the light's hitting on one side. That way I get some shadows in there. Okay. Now this is a little closer to us, so I can run some large trees over here. Let's put some bushes on the top of this hill first. We'll put a few bushes up here. Some cool bushes with the number 2 fan brush. Just pull the bottom to the left or to the right. And we'll have some bushes here for under our trees, our big trees. I'm going to have some big trees popping off in the sky. These are bushes. The trees are going to come up right here. Look at that. I think I'm happier with this one than yesterday. This one looks more like fluorescent colors today. Let me show you the one from last night. This one looks a lot better already. Here's the one from yesterday. See, it's not as bright, the sky. I like this one better because I wanted it to be bright. Because I mean I do traditional landscapes all the time. I mean, that one over there. I mean, I wanted it to look a little different. So let me do some trees over here now. It's coming out pretty good for Sunday morning painting. I'm going to put it in between these 2 peaks here. Look at that. Wow. Look how cool that tree came out. Let me look at it in the frame. I think it's going to need another one next to it. Wow. See that dark color over the fluorescent color in the background? I love that contrast. Wow. I really like how dark this is over this whole light area back here. It really looks cool. Now this tree looks a little too perfect. You should, when you do your trees, just maybe come down a little faster so it doesn't look so perfect. I'm going to put a tree behind it. Just a small tree to fill in this side here. Just a small tree back here. It'll look like it's behind it. Just to add some stuff in here. Could even do a small one here. Maybe at an angle. Something like that. I'll highlight those trees. This is looking pretty good. All right, let me put my camera back over here. I'm gonna put some bushes on this hill now. So I'll do a few bushes here. And then I can highlight them. And then a few bushes coming across here. And then finally some right up here. On top of the hill there. All right, lots of bushes. Lots of bushes down there. This is looking pretty good. I'm going to edge my water now, the bottom of the land, just with a little bit of white on your knife. And just put some of the water lines wherever you have land out here. Wow. I don't know where these came from. These are like little drips. There you go. We got a fluorescent painting. They highlight these trees. I'll try a little green on these here. Today I got to go to bed early. I got to get up at 2:30 in the morning to unload the Michael's truck. 2:30 in the morning. And then I have to lift all these heavy boxes first thing in the morning. It's not too much fun. I like the green color. I like this green for, we'll make some green grass down here. Maybe I'll try yellow here, because it's just going to turn green anyway. You know, when you mix when you mix yellow and black, you get green, believe it or not. So that's why the sky's turning green. I'm gonna try some pink down here on these bushes so it kind of matches. The top part and the bottom look kind of the same. I don't know how it's gonna look, but we'll see. Looks good. I like it. I got some purple for these bushes over here. And I'll use purple over here as well. I mean, if you're going to do a fluorescent painting, you might as well use the colors, you know. I'm going to pull some yellow underneath these bushes just with my number 2 fan brush. Just get a little bit of that yellow, and underneath your bushes, just pull some yellow out like this. Okay. Underneath these over here. Don't cover the dark though, the black. Just underneath the bushes. Same thing here. Just a little bit of yellow. And down here, use white. I'm going to use white underneath these pink ones. Clean the brush off. Get a little bit of white and pull some white just underneath. Just like that. All right, guys, this looks pretty good. I got some, oh, Daniel's in the house, right? Yeah, it's all fluorescent. I used every single one today was fluorescent except the black and white. I was trying to make it look more like fluorescent because the one last night, it didn't really look like fluorescent colors, so I tried to make this one a little brighter. I saw Rockin' Dave's live earlier. I was waiting for you to come in on the feed, but you never came in. Let me put some we'll put a few twigs out here. I really like this one, except for the green sky. I made one yesterday, and while I was on the live feed, my nephew had twins. So my brother was on the feed telling me I was a great uncle. Great uncle. No, just a great uncle. So that was cool. When I left Las Vegas, my nephew he was only like this tall. Now he's already married and having kids. It's crazy. Time goes by so fast. That looks cool. Two birds up there. Purple's still a little wet there. All right, guys, this looks pretty good. An hour and 5 minutes. Wow, that's really fluorescent colors. Now, there's more you could do if you want to add, I think white flowers would be kind of cool on these bushes down here. Some kind of white flowers. And I got light blue. You could use light blue. Put some flowers out there. Anywhere you want. Just kind of like a little dot. Some buds. I think that's about it. That's all I want to do. The only thing is that I don't like is this looks green. Let me try and add a... Let me see if I can make it look more yellow. If not, I'm going to turn it white. I think it's looking yellow now. Well, there's not much I can do about that. It's supposed to be yellow. It kind of looks greenish, but there you go, guys. That's it. Wow. I mean, it totally looks different than what I usually do. It really does. It looks a lot really bright, man. But I kind of like it, though. I kind of like it. The only thing I did, I covered up. I had a hill back here, but then I covered it up with these trees, but that's all right. What do you think of that one, guys? Yeah, I like it too, the way it is. Pink and yellow sky. I kind of want to take it down to the brewery where I hang my art and see if this one's going to sell. I think it will. It'll probably sell quicker than the other ones. All right, guys. Well, happy Easter. I'm going to end this one because I'm done. I might go, I might do one of my abstract paintings later. One of my crazy abstract paintings. those ones hanging up there. Yeah, these are so fun to do, these abstracts. I mean, they're so fun to do. That's why I do so many of them. I'm trying to come up with something different, some kind of different design, but it's hard. I just keep making these lines and circles and something like that. I want to kind of make a face in there or something. All right, guys. Have a good day, and maybe I'll see you soon. All right. Thanks for stopping in, everybody. if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do so. I got a lot of tutorials on my channel for people that are trying to learn how to paint. I got this, I show exactly how I do my style of painting step by step on some of those videos. So we'll see you guys. Cheers.